Come on, girl. Come here. Come on. Athena, come. Go potty. It's really dark at 6. There's the moon. The dog just ate the chickens. Athena. Athena, come here. She's distracted. But I need to keep going. Good morning. It is a beautiful morning on the square. As y'all can see, we are still a little bit early, but the sun is coming up. Love seeing that beautiful moon. Hopefully we'll get our spot this morning and see where it is we're gonna go.
Revolutionary War. A monument is being crafted. It's not ready yet, but we will have a special ceremony at some point in the future and have a dedication of that monument to honor those from the Revolutionary War who then settled in Henry County after most of them received land grants. So I'll just read those who we know about. So if you have any additions, please let me know. Matthew Alexander, Lewis Atkins, John Babb, William Bonner, Elias Bowden, John Brooks, William Bunton, Charles Biles, Alexander Craig, Joshua Dinkins, Hugh Dunlap, Jesse Goodwin, Britton George, John Graham, James Hayes, John Hearn, Edmund Logan, James Hutchison, Obadiah Jackson, John Jackson, and Josiah Jackson, David James, David Jones, William Matheny, William McGowan, Matthew Myrick, Martin Neese, John Palmer, William Potts, William Powell, Robert Ramsey, Daniel Rogers, James Simmons, John Smith II, Thomas Wills, Joseph Witherington, John Wallard, and William Young, and also James Lawson, who is my direct ancestor. So we will be honoring those men with an unveiling at a future date. So thank you very much. Enjoy the festivities, and don't forget to come to the cemetery tour from 1 to 3.
We've got some other activities planned for this afternoon. Tell us real quickly what we got planned.
Absolutely, but one of the highlights this afternoon, I'm partially dressed for that, is we're going to have a cemetery tour. This will be from 1 o'clock until 3, so come any time between those times, and you'll be led through different spots in the cemetery. There will be reenactors pretending to be the people who are buried there. We have a lot of prominent citizens who have state and national recognition.
I hope they're reenactors.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope.
There you go. We've got a lot of exciting stuff going on. David, I appreciate all you do, my friend. Keep up the good work. I want to thank the committee. Y'all have done an outstanding job, and I appreciate y'all letting me be part of it. That's what I want to do. All right, before we get started with the beard contest, I want to introduce
Check 1, 2, check.
People say you're an artist, and I say I'm a cartoonist, and he's an artist.
There is superstition that has got the bone. Hurting up the baby, broken the land. 7 years of bad luck, good thing in the band. When you believe in things that you don't understand, you will suffer. Superstition anyway.
Oh my word, my hand was so shaky today. I don't know if I had too much coffee or not enough, but we're getting ready to go into the cemetery tour. And again, so sorry for my shaky videoing. I gotta get better at that.
I'm glad y'all are here today. I'm Gary Pascal. So I'm going to read to y'all about this plot, the Cornelius Peden.
In Whiteville. My father, James Grove, was a Civil War veteran. He was Confederate. He jumped a Union prison train and escaped to come back home. He struggled as a farmer during Reconstruction, and so in 1874 I moved my parents with me to Paris for a better life. I clerked.
So, during that time, he also established a livery stable, and he was...
And welcome to the Paris City Cemetery Porter family plot. And I'm going to tell y'all a little story today about the Porters. Most of it centers around a couple of the Porter kids, but our story starts with one of the most prominent families that ever came out of Paris, Tennessee in Henry County, and that's the family of Governor James D. Porter. Now, we got a couple of other very prominent families that all kind of tie into this whole thing, but it ended up in a very tragic event on June 4th, 1888, that has become known as the story of Bloody Monday. This thing all kicks off with a couple of Susanna Dunlap's and James Porter's kids. They married, and she was from a very prominent legal family. They married and ended up having 6 kids. Now, 2 of them actually died as toddlers only 2 days apart. But of the other 4 that survived, 2 sons, Thomas Kennedy Porter, who's buried right here, was named after his grandfather, so everybody called him Kenny. And Dudley Porter, who was buried right there, were often referred to as mischievous, rambunctious, more often mean as snakes. Scoundrels, stayed in trouble, not always just blind, sometimes she's deaf too. So Dudley ends up back in Paris instead of in prison. And he came back and actually kind of straightened up. He married a girl from another very prominent local family, the Atkins family, kind of settled down, mended his ways. But now Kenny, his brother, not so much. Kenny stayed in trouble. And Kenny had a girlfriend. Nellie Edmonds was the daughter of a very prominent local physician here, Dr. Samuel Edmonds. She had a brother, Will, who was very protective of his sister Nellie. But now, he's about as mean as any of the rest of these boys were too. But now, he didn't like Kenny. He's trouble. Didn't like them being together. And to add to all of that, there was a local businessman that worked for a commercial bank here named Alex B. White, who also had his eyes set on Miss Nellie. That created a lot of tension. Matter of fact, to the point that Kenny and Alex's younger brother John were in a bar right over here on Market Street one night, got into a fight. Kenny stabbed him, didn't kill him right then, but a few weeks later he died on Halloween as a result of those wounds. So Kenny had killed Alex's younger brother. Now, Will, once again, didn't like Nellie and Kenny being together, but Nellie loved kind of being in the middle of all this. She had often been quoted as saying her rival suitors were the most handsome, chivalrous men in the South. So she kind of liked being in the middle of this little triangle right here. And anytime you have a tragic story, what's usually at the middle of it? I didn't say it. I didn't say it. But now in this case, Miss Nellie was in the middle of it. And once again, her brother Will, real protective. She and Kenny been on a buggy ride one day. He had taken her home. On his way back home, got shot and almost died. It almost killed him, but it didn't. And nobody ever really found out where that shot came from. But who you think shot him? Most people figure Will was the guy that shot him in that buggy that day and almost killed him. A few months later, he had gotten over those wounds, was back to health, and came walking down Market Street over here. And Will was on the corner of Ackland's bar right up here on the west side of the Court Square. Kenny and this buddy of his go in the bar, sit down, get a drink. Sure wasn't the first one they'd had that day. A few minutes, Kenny gets up, walks outside. Will's standing over here on the corner from what's been described as unassuming or looking the other way. I expect he's probably standing just like this. When Kenny comes up, pulls out his gun and bam, 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 shoots him 3 times. Catches him in the left arm. Didn't hurt him bad enough that Will couldn't get his gun out and start shooting back. Will's shooting one way, Kenny's shooting back the other way, and this all happened right here on the Court Square, about 3 blocks from where we're standing. Until Kenny finally landed one just above his hip, dropped Will to the ground. A bunch of guys went over there, got him up, drug him in a drugstore right over here, finally took him to the Caldwell Hotel where he died. All right, John, Alex's brother's already dead. Now, Will, Nellie's brother, is dead. Where's Kenny? Gone. Found the back door of that saloon and took off. By this time, everybody in Paris, which wasn't much more than we can see right here at the time, heard about all this going on. Dudley ends up coming to town, Kenny's brother. And when he gets up here, Alex, the other suitor of Miss Nellie, is standing there telling somebody that he knows that Kenny had shot Will Edmonds in the back, Dudley said, "You a dog-faced liar," starts to pull his gun out, but he wasn't quick enough. Alex gets his out first, bam! Drops him right there on the sidewalk where Dudley dies within a matter of minutes. Alex's younger brother's already been killed by Kenny. Now Kenny's killed Will Evans, Nellie's brother, and now Alex, the other shooter, has killed Dudley. That is what we call Bloody Monday. Where's Kenny? Gone. Until about 3 years later, he kind of shows up again, and him and Miss Nellie get married.
Oh my.
She ends up marrying Kenny after he's already killed her brother. That did not sit well with the families. So the Edmonds and the Porters both just excommunicated him. Governor Porter said they will never get a dime from my estate. So they end up going to Paducah, Kentucky, where they live the rest of their lives. She had died some years before. But Kenny Porter died in Paducah, Kentucky, 95 years old, a pauper. But they're all back together again, right over here in the middle of this cemetery.
But they rammed him, they attacked him, and they were able to end up sinking his ship in the harbor there illegally because they didn't want it to get back in the fight, I guess. They said it was an accident, but
Lemonade is good.
And now entering the field for your pregame entertainment, please welcome your Aviators Marching Band.
Sure.
We begin our pregame show with an arrangement of fanfare from John Brothers Gloria. We hope you enjoy Gloria Fanfare.
Oh, you're gonna toast him.
I'm gonna just start punching him. Unless they get another one.
They might.
James with the carry. And third down and going.
I can make the scariest face. Can I see my scariest face? Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty scary.
Come on. close to the touchdown.
I always love that song.
Like, would it have to be in the touchdown zone to be counted?
Did it or not?
Yeah, but I don't. Did they give him the goal? I didn't see the hands go.
It blocked it?
Is that not a complete?
I can't hear you.
I thought it was complete.
I thought it was too. It wasn't a block. It was full of.
That looked complete to me. I wouldn't want to replay on that. The Skyhawks beat the Tigers 20-10 that night, and it was a great way to end the weekend with a campfire with the family, eating hot dogs and s'mores. And if you've never experienced Henry County, Tennessee, you need to come visit it for yourself.